So in the first algebra problem, we're looking at renting a car. It says it's $30 for 5 days, so that's 5 times 30. That gives me 150. That automatically gets rid of A, by the way. And then I'm going to take 28.5 cents per mile, and it says there's 350 miles. We want to be careful. If 30 is in dollars, I also need to make my 28.5 cents into dollar form, which would be this 0.285 of a dollar is 28.5 cents. So that times 350, add it up, and you get the 249.75 cents. We're looking at least common. Since it's least, I would start with A. We're looking at the smallest numbers. I'm going to see if 15, 12, or 8. For example, 40, 12 does not go into 40, neither does 15. So neither of those work for A, but by the time I get to B, which is the second smallest, 15, 12, and 8 all go into that. So my answer is B, 120. Jelly beans, at least it's not marbles this time. It says 25% of them are red. What's the probability that they are not red? So if 25% is red, that means 75 is not red. And 75 written as a fraction, that's 0.75 by the way, written as a fraction is 3/4, so my answer is H. Slope of a parallel line. If you know the negative A over B idea, you can go ahead and use that and get your negative 8/9. I would probably get this into that y equals mx plus b format that you learned. So that means I'm going to have to subtract the 8x over and then divide both sides by 9. That gives me my negative 8/9 as an answer, G. Be careful when plugging in for functions. We talked about this once before. If I plug in and I'm plugging in a negative number, I need to put that in with parentheses. So that's going to be negative 3 squared, which is not negative 9, but positive 9. So that's 4 times 9. Negative times a negative gives me a positive, so that's actually 36 plus 15, which is my answer D, 51. So we previously talked about sunken cost, and sunken cost is cost that you have to pay no matter what, no matter how many things you make or do. In this case, $39.99 is how much it costs to get the machine for our balloons. And then it's going to cost $2 per balloon. When it's per balloon, you're going to multiply. That is that $2 times B, so my answer is A. But the real giveaway here was the $39.99 on the end. As soon as I saw that, we knew what we wanted to answer. Value of expression, so what we're going to do is we're going to plug in. Be careful when you plug in. We just said with parentheses. So minus and negative, and I'm following PEMDAS here. Minus and negative becomes plus. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 squared, I wait to square until the end. I need to do everything inside P, the parentheses first. So my answer is K. So we're going to go ahead and make like a frog and distribute there. I've got a 2 outside of parentheses and a negative 3. Be sure you take your negative with you. When you distribute that 3, that gives you negative 6x, but really the plus 12 is the part that gets lost. If you answered, for example, G, that means you didn't distribute the negative with you. You wanted the answer of H after simplifying 2x plus 26. So they're telling us to set up a system of equations. We all should have had that by now. For the first one, it's the sum, so it's x plus y equals 11. Their difference is, so x minus y is 5. I can add straight down. X plus x is 2x, and 11 plus 5 is 16. So dividing the 2 over, I get x equals 8, which is H, however, not the answer. It says what's the value of x times y. So I need to keep going and find y, which means I'm going to take that 8 and plug it back into either original equation. Doesn't matter which one you choose. I choose the first. So I get 8 plus y equals 11. Subtracting 8 over, my answer is 3. Again, partial answer, F. And then it wants the value of x times y. X times y would be 8 times 3, or 24. Very tricky question. Last one is also tricky. Solving that initial equation, I subtract the 7 over. Divide by 3, I get 5, but 5 is partial answer because they want 2x. I just found x. So I'm going to plug that 5 in for 2x. 2 times 5 is 10.